Just when I thought I can record some footage of this beautiful build that I think it will work really well, like the synergy on this build is really amazing, and then this happened. Like I really want to record some footage, but I guess I'm stuck here, so there's nothing I can do. Like I cannot move at all. It's not even photo mode because I can use my chat here, as you can see. I can just move my camera, and that's about it. I'm just stuck. So the only thing I can do here is, I guess, Alt F for the game. Thanks, Yubi, I guess. I mean, seriously, like, what the so yeah, well, I had to alter for the game then, but it's okay. Several hours have passed and I've collected all the footage that I needed and I can finally show you the build. If you haven't guessed it already by looking at all the footage and stuff, I mean, literally the thumbnail, then, well, it's a Negotiator Dilemma build. Not just any typical Negotiator Dilemma build. There is a fun synergy happening here, and that's exactly want to talk about it because I feel like it's kind of fun to play with. And it's kind of different and unique than what usually people make. So that's pretty much what I want to show you here. So let me just show you the build without wasting much of your time, because honestly, I don't like wasting time either. So yeah, let me just show you the build. So this is the build over here right now, as you can see. Now, it looks like a typical Negotiator Dilemma build, but don't get fooled by it. There's actually a lot happening here, which will make sense when I explain it. So let me do that. But first, let's talk about the specialization here, which is the Gunner. I chose Gunner because of the 10% armor on kill that it gives you. Plus, also when you stay just still for 1 second, you get 10% weapon handling, which helps you with your weapon recoil and stuff like that. So that's kind of nice. And then also, it regenerates your, ammo. So that's also good. I feel like I need that because I'm spamming my weapons a lot. So that's why I chose Gunner here. Now, as for the modifiers, there's really not too much to talk about the modifiers because it is a typical crit build at the end of the day. So you're going to be using the crit modifiers, but I'll still say for people who don't know. So I'm using the overdrive modifiers, which is the active modifier. So if you activate this, it'll max out your momentum, like instantly going to give you max momentum. And that means you get more weapon damage, rate of fire, skill damage, all of that. But most importantly, you're going to get invulnerable shield. Like your shield will take literally no damage. I know a lot of you guys are confused and keep asking me on my build videos that how your shield is not getting destroyed. That's the reason why. Is because I'm sitting at unstoppable stage of the momentum. So that means my shield is invulnerable. So that's why it can't take any damage from all the bullets that NPCs are firing. And that's why the shield just stays there. So because of this. Now for the passive modifiers, I'm using a fortified shield, which basically doubles your shield health. It's more like a flex pod, but I think this makes more sense instead of using something like, that pulse thing, the microwave coils. I'm not using any pulse, so fortified shield makes sense. And as for the other two, of course, I'm going to be using critical recovery and the critical momentum because it's a crit build. The recovery will basically heal you for critting, and then also the momentum is going to give you more momentum for critting as well. So yeah, that's basically the modifiers here. Now, as for the weapons, I actually chose these two weapons. There's many other weapons that I can use this. Like there's plenty of weapons you can use on this build. The mostly people use a assault rifle, but I chose rifles here, and both of them are rifles. They both are rifles, but they do perform kind of differently, and I'm going to tell you why I chose it. First of all, you can see I have a Diamondback and also have the MDR. Now, Diamondback is actually my main weapon, and this build, I made it for this weapon only, but I also added the MDR here for a lot of other players who probably might complain in the comment section and say that, we have to click too much. So if you're a person who don't like clicking too much, you can use the MDR because it's a full auto weapon. You just have to hold the trigger and it'll fire and it'll do the job, and it does the job really well. I actually enjoy using this as well because it has a very high RPM, also a lot of max size, very good optimal range there too, and also at the same time it is very stable, especially because I added plus 40 stability mod in this because otherwise it's gonna dance too much. I mean, semi-automatic rifles, full auto rifles nowadays, they do move a lot. Like the recoil on those weapons are not that good. So I did added the 40% stability. Even though I added the stability, my crit chance is still very, very high. Don't worry about that. I'm basically capping my crit chance here. So yeah, I was able to add the stability mod here. I have crit chance mod here, crit chance mod here as well. So that's 10%. And I also have the 20 round over there for increasing the magazine to 40 there. So that's the reason why I'm choosing. Now I don't have damage to target out of cover here, unfortunately. This is actually my MDR, which is very old, and I use this on my ongoing directive build as well. I was using Sadist Talent, I believe. So I changed this to Preservation in this case because I am playing solo, so Preservation makes sense, and it is healing me like a lot because I'm killing multiple targets and it's just proccing. Sometimes it just activates. I don't even know that I killed something because I did, but I don't know that I did. But that's how the build kind of works. So it just activates that. It's pretty much activated all the time. So yeah, that's why I chose this. So if you're a full auto person, use this. However, if you want to have more fun, you might want to try the Diamondback. You know why? Because of the synergy with the build and the talent, which is the Agonizing Bite. Now, what do we know about Agonizing Bite? Well, it basically marks a random target. And if you take down that random target, well, what happens is you consume a mark, and that gives you critical hit damage, which is amplified by 20%. You just have to hit that enemy. You don't have to kill it, just to shoot him. And you get that amplified damage. And then after hitting that marker enemy, you will have a guaranteed crit hit for 5 seconds. So anything you fire with this weapon for 5 seconds is going to be guaranteed crit. Now that seems a lot of work here. However, not for this particular build, because you're killing multiple targets. You're taking down multiple targets very, very quickly. So the marked targets will go down without you even knowing, and it'll activate the Agonizing Bite for you pretty much at all times. So you're basically crit hitting, guaranteed critting with this weapon at all times. It'll make more sense when I get to the build, don't worry about it. But so far, Diamondback is doing a great job. Now, as for the gears, well, you know I'm using 4-piece of Negotiator Dilemma with the backpack here as well. So if you're using Negotiator gear set, you might want to use the backpack because it does increase the damage by a lot. They recently buffed it, by recently like a few months ago, and it actually does quite a lot of damage. Now, if you're a new player, you don't know what Negotiator Dilemma actually does, let me just give you a little brief here. Like 2-piece gives you 15% crit chance, you have 3-piece that gives you 20% crit damage, and the 4-pieces gives you that talent, which makes all this thing work. Now, whenever you do a crit on a target, you mark them. You mark them with like a red marker, and you can mark up to 3 targets. So basically, when you shoot one target, the other 2 marked targets was also going to take damage. Means you're pretty much just taking 3 targets down by just shooting one target. So that's what Negotiator Dilemma does. But also you get a more critical hit damage for taking down those marked targets, and it can stacks up to 20 times. So basically like 40% of crit damage you can get just like this. Now, I do have weapon damage, crit damage, and crit damage mod as my attribute. Now, as for the talent for the backpack, that's why I recommend you to use the backpack, because instead of just 60% of damage to the marked enemies, you're going to be doing 112% of the damage to the marked enemies. So previously it was 100%. They buffed it by 12%, so it's a bit more damage now. And yeah, that's why I said use the backpack there. Now, as for the other Negotiator Dilemma pieces, I'm using a mask here. With the weapon damage, crit damage, and crit damage as my attribute. I'm using a holster here with weapon damage and crit damage here. And for the gloves, I'm using weapon damage and crit damage here as well. Now, as for the high-end pieces, like for the chest piece, I'm using the Steelworks because it gives you 10% armor on kill. Now, the reason why I chose this over any damage kind of chest piece is because I'm mostly playing solo, and I feel like the survivability is really nice because 10% armor and kill from here and 10% from the gunner specialization gives 20% of armor on kill. And since we're taking down so many targets very quickly, those 20% armor and kill do add up a lot. So you will feel not just 20%, but maybe 40, maybe 60 like that very quickly if you're taking down multiple targets just like that. So that's why I chose it. And as for the talent, I have Obliterate here, because, you know, it's a crit build. It's easy to activate this. You're critting it pretty much all the time. Whether you're using the Diamondback or you're using the Urban MDR, you can easily activate this without any issue. And as for the mods, I mean, the attributes, I have weapon damage, crit damage, crit chance, and crit damage as my mod here. So that's my chest piece. Now, for the knee pads, now this is crazy. This knee pad was sitting in my stash, like the mailbox, and I didn't even know this. My friend actually saw that and said, like, oh, there's a knee pad here. Have you collected that? I was like, no, what do you mean? So yeah, this is the knee pad. It's called Turmoil, and it's actually a Sheshka knee pads, which obviously gives you crit chance for the first piece set bonus, so that's nice. We also have weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage as our attribute. And most importantly, we have this talent, which is basically a mini Negotiator Dilemma on itself. Yeah, it kind of works like a negotiator there. It tells you that when dealing damage, like weapon damage, to an enemy, 50% of that damage will be dealt to another enemy within 30 meters instead. And 30 meters is a huge range, obviously. We have that. And also, when there's no enemies, you just do damage normally. So that's pretty much like mini Negotiator Dilemma here, and that's why I have so much spread in my damage, because I'm taking down multiple target, not just because of the Negotiator's mark, but also because of the knee pads. And you can see it that there are multiple targets that are going down really quickly, and that's why I said the synergy with the Agonizing Bite Talon from the Diamondback rifle is really amazing, because you can take down that marked enemy, like the Agonizing Bite mark enemy, so quickly that you can get that crit buff, the amplified buff that it gives you, pretty much at all times. So you have a guaranteed crit pretty much all the time with Diamondback there. However, you can also use the rifle, like the Urban MDR, and get that Preservation Talent proccing for you all the time as well, because you're taking down targets so quickly. And not to mention the Armor on Kill, which is 20% on the build, which is also going to add up very quickly because you are taking down multiple targets really quickly. So you see the synergy there? So it's working like that. Now, if I show you my stats on the build with the MDR here, I have 55% crit chance, 190% of crit damage there, which is fairly high. Now, you can actually take a little bit of crit chance off and put it on crit damage, because I feel like I'm over capping the crit chance, because when I take down blacklisted enemies, I get 10% more crit chance, which is basically making me 65%. So yeah, I am getting a little bit over cap, so you can easily take down a little bit crit chance and add more crit damage there. Now, as for the Diamondback, if I just change to the weapon and show you, you can see I have more crit damage here on the Diamondback, a little less crit chance, which is okay. If you take down blacklisted enemy, this becomes 55% crit chance, but still, you don't need much crit chance on the right Diamondback, because it guarantee crit hits, right, when the talent is active, so you're pretty much doing more crits. So yeah, that's pretty much the stats here, and that's basically the build here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I mean, leave a like, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and also subscribe, because, that's really free, and you can always change your mind later, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.